So you want to know what Healthier Point of View is all about? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out right after this. Hey guys, my name is Keith Hack and I am a certified health and wellness coach and founder of Healthier Point of View. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the video, and clicking on our pilot video episode. And stick around to the end because at the end I'll be giving out 3 tips to get you started on a healthier journey. Now, first and foremost, when it comes to Healthier Point of View, we're all about building a healthier lifestyle on 3 core principles. And those core principles are number 1, mindset development, nutrition, and physical fitness. Now, for me, my approach is always based on getting our minds in the right place, looking for the positive outcome in whatever we do. And the reason why that is so fundamental is because if you're not positive, if you're more of a pessimist than an optimist, you're probably going to have a little bit more of a complacency or maybe like a failure type mentality. And we don't want that. We want to be able to blast through plateaus. We want to be able to blast through the walls that got us the bodies we didn't want and get the bodies that we really want. Now for me, when it comes, if I were to make like a pie chart and say, what are the most important parts of these 3 core principles? Well, number 1, 60% of it's going to be all mindset. And here's why. Mindset is the foundation for everything. If you don't have the right mindset when you hit the gym or you hit your workout program and you're not seeing all the gains you want to see or you're not seeing the weight loss you want to see, and it doesn't always come as quickly as normal, you got to be able to think through those things. You got to have the fortitude to make it past that, to get to the next stage. And it's the same thing with nutrition, right? You got to be able to think through your diet. You got to be able to think through your eating lifestyle changes so that you make the right decisions. So mindset is key. You have to have a proper mindset. And we'll get into that more as these videos come out. Mindset and how we develop a good mindset and how we try to change the things that we did in the past that gave us maybe a more negative or not so good outlook on life. But I have to have a positive mindset. It's got to be. And I'll tell you what, that's where I got this from, is from a principle I learned in school. And I went to the Integrative Institute for Nutrition, and I learned this principle at school called primary foods. Primary foods are so important to understand. And what that means is primary is what comes in through your eyes and through your ears and what affects the way you think, what affects your conscious and subconscious mind. Remember, the brain controls the way we treat our bodies. It's triggered on emotion. So if we can control emotional eating, we can control emotional fits, we will have better opportunity to go forward. Now here, don't ever misunderstand something when it comes to simple terms, and I think we do this a lot, is we fail to recognize that emotional eating is a big deal. Binge eating is a big deal, right? Those are problems that we're dealing with something by using food. Comfort food, right? That's a big deal. I'm not against comfort. I'm not against eating. I'd be silly. But the fact of the matter is, in the wrong direction, it's almost like doing drugs because you're eating something to cope with something. You're taking in something to cope with something. So be very careful not to just throw around words like comfort food and binge eating or emotional eating, because those are big issues, and that's why mindset in this is such a huge deal. So mindset will be the foundation of everything that we are about at a Healthier Point of View, and that's going to be talked about a lot on this channel. Secondly, once we get past mindset, the next big thing is nutrition. So if I were to break this down, I would say 60% mindset, 30% nutrition, 10% physical fitness. And maybe that doesn't make sense right now, but I think once you hear this out, it'll make sense. So secondly, nutrition. Did you know And I thought this was interesting myself, but did you know that there are over 100 different dietary theories out there? And I never thought about it before, but when you think about dietary theory, what's dietary theory? Well, dietary theory, that's the carb diet. You're eating all carbs, or you're eating all proteins, like an Atkins diet, or the real big popular one right now is the ketogenic diet, or the South Beach diet, or vegetarianism, or veganism, or we can go on and on and on, or the paleo diet, or the caveman diet, right? There's all these different dietary theories out there, and it's kind of like, well, then which one is right for me? And it's a thread through most of them, through most of the dietary theories. The thread through most of them is basically a plant-based diet where you're eating more vegetables and fruits and nuts and seeds and whole grains, very limited whole grains. But that seems to be the blanket umbrella thought when it comes like a stream through most of them, is because we're more adapted to that. Now, I personally, I'm not a vegetarian and I'm not a vegan. I do eat meat, but I'm very limited and I'm very picky on the meat that I eat. Like, the animal-based proteins that I take in are basically chicken and fish, lamb and beef. Now, I'm also eating these products that are organic and humanely raised. If the animal is being raised properly, it has a healthy life, a natural life, and it's going to give its life for me, then I want to respect that. I don't want to eat some factory farm raised animal that's lived in its own feces its whole life and been shot up with antibiotics and steroids just so it can go through the system faster and get to the plate quicker to make a buck or a profit. So whenever I do eat meat, whenever I do eat those things, I eat it humanely raised and organic, and without GMOs, without genetically modified products in it. Now, I also said limited whole grains, and I want to talk about that just a little bit. And I will be putting links down in the description below for these things, but I'm very leery about the carbohydrates that people take in these days. And the reason why I say that, it's not necessarily because carbohydrates are bad, but it's the way that we're raising the carbohydrates. And what I mean by that is almost all of your commercially produced wheat now is genetically modified. Well, what does that mean, genetically modified? It means it's not its natural product. They took something within the genetic code of the seed and modified it and turned it into something else. And generally what that means is they took the seed and so that they can spray it with a bunch of chemicals, pesticides and fertilizers, and it doesn't affect the growth of the plant. It kills the bugs, but it doesn't kill the plant. But now, if you think about it, you're eating a plant, number one, that's not in its natural state. Number two, it's coated with chemicals, and you're ingesting and taking it in your body. Now, there are two books out there that kind of talk about this, and they're really good books. They're good reads. One's called Grain Brain, and again, it'll be down in the description below. And the other one is called Wheat Belly. Those two books alone talk about how the wheat products and the grain products are grown in this country today. The only way I would ever suggest anyone eating carbs, especially in this day and age, is if it's a non-GMO product and it's organic. It has to be non-GMO and organic. When you see a lot of these folks who have irritable bowel syndrome and brain fog, a lot of that has to do with the commercially produced grain that's raised in this country. Now, one thing I would suggest when it comes to like a whole grain is oatmeal. An organic whole cut oatmeal. That is a good carbohydrate. It's good. It's also good at balancing out your cholesterol levels. And I have, I make my own protein pancakes with it. I grind down the oatmeal and I make my own oat flour out of it. So very leery about carbohydrates today when it comes to the way that it's raised and the way that our bodies aren't assimilating the product that's being given to us. And then secondly, if you're not on a good workout program and you're consuming a lot of carbohydrates, now remember, carbohydrates, complex sugar. If you're not working out, that complex sugar then stores in the body as fat. So if you're eating the grain but you're not working out, then you gain, for guys, a lot of times when it comes to carbs, it's belly fat. And for women, that tends to form on the thighs. So always kind of stay limited when it comes to whole grains and carbs as a whole. Limit yourself to those. I think they're good. I don't necessarily negate them, For some, maybe better than others, but make sure, number one, that they're not GMO, non-GMO, and they're certified organic. And then finally, when we're talking about nutrition, I just want to share one other thought here, and that is there's a book out there, and I got the book right here. Let me get the book. It's called Biochemical Individuality. And I was turned on to this book at school as well, and it was written by Dr. Roger J. Williams, and it talks about how every one of us biochemically are different, right? We're all different. DNA structures, gene structures, we're all different. We all react different to different things. So I really suggest getting a copy of that book. Again, it'll be down in the links in the description below. But it really opened up my eyes to see that, some diets are better for others and some diets aren't good for others. Everybody's different. We all have different makeups. So, but as a blanket idea, I think for a nutrition standpoint, plant-based diets. That's my thought process on that. And we'll get into that more as time goes on. And then finally, the third principle, physical fitness. Again, right? Physical fitness. There's probably just as many physical fitness programs as there is dietary theory. There's hundreds of different workout programs out there. Which one's right for you? Which one's wrong for you? It's a matter of choice. It's a matter of your body type. It's a matter of who, male, female. It's just a matter of who you are. One thing I recommend is getting DDP Yoga. DDP Yoga has been pivotal in my own life, and I truly love the program. I love the motivational side of it. I love that it's for everybody. They have programs for kids. They have programs for guys like me, and programs for senior citizens now. They just came out with a whole new line of products and stuff for senior citizens as well, and workout programs. Check out their webpage, check out their YouTube channel, all the motivational stuff. It's incredible. So guys, I appreciate you checking this out. If this was helpful to you, please hit the like button down below and the subscribe button. You're part of the ground floor here. We're going to start building this thing from the bottom. And here are the 3 tips I promised for getting on your healthier journey today. Number 1, drink more water. I'll say drink at least 16 fluid ounces of water a day and put lemon in it. The reason why you put lemon in it is not just it gives it a little taste, but lemon is a natural detoxifier, and it helps with the detoxification of the liver. So if you're doing that, you're automatically doing a basic detox for your body. So drink at least 16 fluid ounces of water a day with lemon in it every day. Secondly, for 2 minutes of the day, go find a place where you can be alone, where you can close your eyes, you can relax your shoulders, and you can take deep breath in through your nose and into your belly, right? Breathe into your belly and then breathe out through your mouth. And do that for about 2 minutes and just let yourself decompress. Let your mind relax. Let your body reset itself. And then go face the day. So the first one, drink water. Secondly, just do a 2-minute decompression. And then finally, third, let's see if we can knock out 10 push-ups every day and 10 sit-ups every day. And then 3 or 4 times this week, go for a brisk 30-minute walk. If you can do more than 10 push-ups and 10 sit-ups, knock them out. But set a goal, set a standard, and then develop from there. Again, those are the 3 tips. Drink more water, find a place to decompress, do your push-ups, your sit-ups, and your walking. And I'll see you next week. And remember, we're helping you develop into the healthier person you want to be. Thanks, guys. Peace.